fight fans, and welcome to this week's edition of WFS Showdown. We've got a special program lined up for you today. We're going to take a look back at what's been going on the last few weeks and get some fallout from last week's exciting episode where we had 3 championship matches. We're going to get some comments from not only Brian Logan and Wayne Atkins, who came up short in their effort to take the tag team titles away from the Heat Seekers. We're also going to hear from the Reaper, Matt Connard, who was the challenger for David Anthony's WFS American title last week as well. He feels like he still has a claim. He's staking a claim that he was done wrong, that his match did not go the way that it should have. We're going to hear those comments and so much more, taking a look back at what's been going on here on Showdown just to get everyone caught up and up to speed here in the World Fighting Showcase. But before we do that, we're going to have to take our first commercial break. Don't touch that dial. We've got a lot in store for you here today on Showdown. Hello fight fans, Dallas Danger here, and if you're like me, you love all the action here on WFS Showdown every single week, but you don't want to wait until Saturday to see all the stars of the World Fighting Showcase. Well, I have great news for you. If you go to WFSinsider.com and become a subscriber today, you'll be the first to see Showdown each and every week. WFSinsider.com. For less than $5 a month, you can become an insider.
This is not just a podcast. House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New. This is a tribe of devoted superfans that have crashed through the barricades, torn down barriers, and broken through the fourth wall. This is a creative think tank full of people who have given way too much of their lives to professional wrestling to not be getting a paycheck. This is a secret society of elite fans from all over the globe. And guess what? It isn't a secret anymore.
House of Kayfabe, featuring Jim Cornette's lawyer, Stephen P. New, is available now on all major podcast platforms. Just click subscribe to join the Kayfabe stream and get access to unbelievable interviews, in-depth discussions, hilarious segments, and exclusive content. This is the fan-driven podcast you have been looking for.
House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New.
I open the door, and Piper just throws Tommy into me. But Ronnie, what happened?
Free birds attract the attention wherever they went. Michael didn't mind the attention. In fact, he relished, he loved the attention.
Paul Heyman lies. That's Paul Heyman in a nutshell.
I had a match between Rock and Triple H. Well, hey, Hunter, I think you might want to try this suplex. Sure. Yeah, right. Yeah. Some people have a knack for it, to just set it up and have this magic. Pat could do it.
contest scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit is for the World Fighting Showcase World Tag Team Championships. Introducing first the challengers at a combined weight of 453 pounds, the team of sensational Wayne Atkins and the troublemaker Brian Logan. And their opponents, weighing tonight at a combined 457 pounds, they are the World Fighting Showcase World Tag Team Champions, Elliott Russell and Sigmund, the Heat Seekers.
You're giving your instructions back in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times. Challengers, do you have any questions? Champions, do you have any questions? Go back to your corners and sound the bell. Fight strong!
And what a way to start this episode of WFS Showdown. WFS Tag Team Championships are on the line as the Heat Seekers defend against the team that some are calling the sensational troublemakers, made up of Wayne Atkins and Brian Logan. WFS President Tim Horner put this match together because he said that this one was so important it needed to be on this program. We not only have the Tag Team Championships on the line today, but the Americans Championship and the TV title as well. As we see Sigmund going to work on the left arm of Atkins here. And the Heat Seekers, very well traveled. They've been to Mexico, Canada, Japan. They've really shown themselves around the world. And look at Atkins flipping over Sigmund there. Atkins has Sigmund grounded. Sigmund able to fight back up quickly. And now stalking Atkins here. Two men just measuring each other as Sigmund gets the side headlock now applied on Sensational One. Look at that wrist lock applied. It'll be interesting to see which team makes the tag first and continues to bring in that fresh partner into this bout. You hear the fans calling for the breaking of the arm, and Sigmund says no way. And even though Atkins got something there, Sigmund going to work now with that knife edge chop as he whips Wayne over to the corner, but Atkins with a great speed and the Sensational One comes off and nobody moves. And Sigmund takes down Atkins. And an unbelievable hit toss by Sensational Atkins. And if you can't see it completely because of the fact that Sigmund is being tossed around by Wayne Atkins now. If you take a look very closely at the right boot of Sigmund, you will see the letters BL. The Heat Seekers interrupting Brian Logan's retirement speech and taking his boots, those sacred boots that he has worn in such matches as when he defeated Larry Zbyszko. And now Logan in there He's been wanting to get his hands on these guys for a long time. He told me earlier today, you know what, Jonathan? As much as I want my boots back, I want to knock these guys down a peg, and an inverted atomic drop there and a clothesline by the troublemaker. As I was saying, Logan was telling me earlier today that he wants to take these two men down a peg. And he told me the best way he can think of to do that is by taking the Heat Seekers Tag Team Championship. And now Elliott Russell being compared to poultry by the fans. And wait a minute. No. Well, the referee needs stepping in there very wisely. The Tag Team Championship cannot change hands on a disqualification.
Hello, fight fans. Dallas Danger here. And if you're like me, you love all the action here on WFS Showdown every single week. But you don't want to wait until Saturday to see all the stars of the World Fighting Showcase. Well, I have great news for you. If you go to WFSinsider.com and become a subscriber today, you'll be the first to see Showdown each and every week. WFSinsider.com. For less than $5 a month, you can become an insider.
Legends of the territories, greats of the arena, matches you will see nowhere else. WrestleRewind.com, the streaming network for real wrestling fans. 30-day free trial, monthly and yearly subscription rates, members-only exclusive content. If you miss how it was, come stream with us and we'll remind you how it is. WrestleRewind.com, the network for real wrestling fans. This is not just a podcast. House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New. This is a tribe of devoted superfans that have crashed through the barricades, torn down barriers, and broken through the fourth wall. This is a creative think tank full of people who have given way too much of their lives to professional wrestling to not be getting a paycheck. This is a secret society of elite fans from all over the globe. And guess what? It isn't a secret anymore.
House of Kayfabe, featuring Jim Cornette's lawyer, Stephen P. New, is available now on all major podcast platforms. Just click subscribe to join the Kayfabe stream and get access to unbelievable interviews, in-depth discussions, hilarious segments, and exclusive content. This is the fan-driven podcast you have been looking for.
House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New.
Nor count on Elliott Russell could stay on the outside if he really wanted to. But he comes back into the squared circle now. And calling for a test of strength against the big man, Brian Logan. One half of the Greco-Roman knuckle lock applied. We get the other one here. And it's interesting to see who has that upper body strength. You think it would be Logan. But look at the arms on Elliott Russell. Very long reach and very flexible, which allows him to bend those wrists back. But Logan fights his way up and a kick to the gut. And there you see, look at, oh! Somebody's going to need some manicure work. And here comes Adkins now, going to work on Elliott Russell. Great wrist lock here. As we see the Heat Seekers in a little bit of trouble here at this point. And it looks like Elliott Russell trying to get Adkins into the corner to break loose. And referee calling for the clean break there. Not really giving a headbutt to Adkins now. Puts him in a disadvantageous position, but his Adkins' speed is something to be seen. And now with that armbar applied, Adkins had Elliott Russell down, but Adkins brings Logan back into the match. You know, it's interesting to see how well Adkins and Logan have gelled together. Granted, they are still very fresh compared to the experience of the Heat Seekers. We talked about this earlier. The Heat Seekers well-traveled. Heat Seekers have had tag team championships too numerous to mention during this match. And now, Sigmund calling for the pin. And only one count there. Now, Logan in a position he does not need to be in. As we see, the Heat Seekers have cut the corner off and doing damage to the spine of the Troublemaker. And Elliott Russell now just playing with Logan at this point, bringing him back up, helping him up, and clubbing forearm, and a second one straight to the back that they just went to work on, and a leg drop by Russell going for the pin. 2 count only though. Brian Logan showing great resiliency out there. And look at the psychological warfare being applied by the Heat Seekers to the Sensational One. And this is where their inexperience as a tag team comes into play. Adkins, maybe with a little more experience with his partner, would have known not to go in there. Now the Heat Seekers with an axe handle and a clubbing forearm, they're keeping Brian Logan grounded. Now, fantastic headbutt by Sigmund, straight to the shoulder of Logan. 2 count only though. You hear this? A 2 count and a tag brings in Elliott Russell again. Look at this. Probably in the last minute and a half, we've seen at least 2-3 tags by the Heat Seekers, whereas Logan is exhausted. Adkins very quick to break up the pin there, very wise. That could have been all. And this is what Logan needs. He needs that moment to recuperate as Russell argues with the referee. And there you go. This is what we can see out of Brian Logan. He's trying to fight. He's very dazed though. Logan getting ripped off the ropes. Russell going for that clothesline, but no one's there, and a double clothesline takes both men down. But look at the way that Logan flipped over. Logan is not in the position he needs to be in. And that could play to the disadvantage of the Sensational Troublemakers tag team. Matt Sigmund coming back in, but here comes Sensational Wayne Adkins. And Adkins cleaning the house with that big right hand of his. Whipping Sigmund off the ropes in a textbook drop kick. Adkins quick to go for the pin. What, new champions possibly? No! And a breakup. Stops the crowning of new tag team champions. And now it's pandemonium out here. As the referee trying to gain some composure. Adkins and Russell on the outside, who I believe are still the legal man, and Sigmund and Logan in there, but Sigmund with the super kick. Referee called for the
still WFS World Tag Team Champions,
Whoa.
the Heat Seekers. Dallas Danger here with the Troublemaker, Brian Logan, Sensational Wayne Adkins, and clear on their faces the frustration after the defeat at the hands of the tag team champions here in the World Fighting Showcase, the Heat Seekers. Wayne, I'll start with you. What's going through your mind after the Heat Seekers frankly snuck a victory out in that tag team championship contest?
You know, the Heat Seekers, they're world traveler professional wrestlers. Japan, all over the United States, Canada, you name it, Mexico, they're there. Right? So if you're so great, I want you to explain to me and this man right here why you got to be just a low-down, dirty, sneaky, egg-sucking dogs that you are with loading the boot and doing to me and Brian what you've been trying to do. And stealing the man's boot, like I said on here before, they could have given him the 5 minutes to say his goodbyes, but we're way past that now. You've started something that's a whole heck of a lot easier to jump on than it is to jump off, if you know what I'm saying. Because now we're coming for you. Now we're coming for you. Isn't that right, Brian?
Well, I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you a story about a guy who spent his career making shortcuts. But he also knows how those shortcuts were made. Now, does that make sense? Of course, the guy who makes the shortcuts know how the shortcuts are made. Well, let me tell you why I know. Because it's my boot, guys. I know what's inside that boot. See, exactly, I'm going to come across here and I'm going to be honest. Because I've turned over a new leaf and I've got a new zest for life. And I'm going to tell you exactly what everybody's wondered for 27 years. See, the bottom of that boot is hollowed out. And it's got a little spring in the bottom of it. And you see there's a piece of metal, cold, hard, rolled steel in there. And when you tap it, that little spring, it just goes behind it. And that piece of steel slides right down in there. And I know for a fact that it's worked for 27 years. But I know for a fact one time in this match that you just saw for the first time ever, it got me. I got beat by my own boot. And you see, you can't find it because at the end you hit it the other way and it falls back and the spring falls back into place. You see, I'm telling you guys, you can't do anything that I haven't already done. But that's fine. Bring that loaded boot. Bring that loaded boot all you want, because I tell you what, this man right here standing behind me, we got good rights, we got good lefts, and we've got 4 of them, and we'll go upside your head. Now, on a secondary piece of business is not only are we going to get those boots back, but I think we're going to take those World Tag Team Championships, because that's what it's going to take to get to you, to get under your skin, to bother you the way you've bothered us.
Well, fight fans, Brian Logan, Wayne Atkins may be down, but I don't think they're out just quite yet.
So you think you've seen it all? Not even close. Live arena footage, fan cams, the lost Boston Garden matches of Bruno Sammartino. It's WrestleRewind.com. 30-day free trial, monthly and yearly subscription rates, members only content. It's WrestleRewind.com, the network for real wrestling fans and the ones who think they've seen it all.
This is not just a podcast. House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New. This is a tribe of devoted superfans that have crashed through the barricades, torn down barriers, and broken through the fourth wall. This is a creative think tank full of people who have given way too much of their lives to professional wrestling to not be getting a paycheck. This is a secret society of elite fans from all over the globe. And guess what? It isn't a secret anymore. House of Kayfabe, featuring Jim Cornette's lawyer, Stephen P. New, is available now on all major podcast platforms. Just click subscribe to join the Kayfabe stream and get access to unbelievable interviews, in-depth discussions, hilarious segments, and exclusive content. This is the fan-driven podcast you have been looking for. House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New.
Hello, fight fans. Dallas Danger here. And if you're like me, you love all the action here on WFS Showdown every single week. But you don't want to wait until Saturday to see all the stars of the World Fighting Showcase. Well, I have great news for you. If you go to WFSinsider.com and become a subscriber today, you'll be the first to see Showdown each and every week. WFSinsider.com. For less than $5 a month, you can become an insider. The following contest, scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit, is for the WFS American Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Derry, Maine, weighing in at 217 pounds, the Reaper, Matt Connor. And his opponent from La Follette, Tennessee, weighing in at 223 pounds, he is the WFS American Champion, the Ultimate Athlete, David Anthony!
It does not get any larger than this, ladies and gentlemen. The World Fighting Showcase American Championship on the line. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, I thought David Anthony was going to quickly retain there. The voice of tradition, Jonathan Darwin, here to call this main event for you. I tell you what, we got two very similar styled men, similar in frame, similar in weight. I mean, we're only talking about a 6-pound difference here. That's not a lot. And will be interesting to see if David Anthony's martial arts background comes into play against the Reaper, Matt Connor. And Connor down on the mat now, and look at that. And Anthony, wow, look at the way that Connor is able to get over. Connor, with years of experience, he knows how to get to those ropes and break up whatever his opponent has on him. And David Anthony now, a collar and elbow. I thought we were going to see the test of strength, but side headlock by the Ultimate Athlete. And look at the way that David has that cinched in. Shoots off the ropes and a shoulder tackle. Whoa, Connor quick to roll out the way and getting frustrated in the early minutes of this fight. And now you see Connor. He's calling for the test of strength, but Anthony's mildly reluctant and with good caution. As you see Connor now in control. Connor coming off the ropes, and what an arm drag by David Anthony. As I was alluding to earlier, David Anthony has that arm bar that he has been developing. Getting that from his jiu-jitsu background. And now Connor, but look at the way that Anthony was able to hold on, even with the slam by Connor. Look at the way that David Anthony's bending back the arm of the Reaper there. He's really stretching those tendons and ligaments. Rear waist lock applied now, but Connor, kick to the quad, finally does break free. And now we'll go to work on the left leg of the champion. Matt Connor very wise to keep the champion down. And wait a minute. I tell you what, I hate to see that. That could be a humongous risk to bring in.
This is not just a podcast. House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New. This is a tribe of devoted superfans that have crashed through the barricades, torn down barriers, and broken through the fourth wall. This is a creative think tank full of people who have given way too much of their lives to professional wrestling to not be getting a paycheck. This is a secret society of elite fans from all over the globe. And guess what? It isn't a secret anymore.
House of Kayfabe, featuring Jim Cornette's lawyer, Stephen P. New, is available now on all major podcast platforms. Just click subscribe to join the Kayfabe stream and get access to unbelievable interviews, in-depth discussions, hilarious segments, and exclusive content. This is the fan-driven podcast you have been looking for.
House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New.
So you think you've seen it all? Not even close. Live arena footage, fan cams, the lost Boston Garden matches of Bruno Sammartino. It's WrestleRewind.com. 30-day free trial, monthly and yearly subscription rates, members only content. It's WrestleRewind.com, the network for real wrestling fans and the ones who think they've seen it all.
Hello, fight fans. Dallas Danger here. And if you're like me, you love all the action here on WFS Showdown every single week. But you don't want to wait until Saturday to see all the stars of the World Fighting Showcase. Well, I have great news for you. If you go to WFSinsider.com and become a subscriber today, you'll be the first to see Showdown each and every week. WFSinsider.com. For less than $5 a month, you can become an insider.
Bring in one of the members of the audience to go up against the Reaper. And now, Matt Connor and he has, whoa, Anthony able to fight out of the corner of the forearm in a second one. Trio of forearms as David Anthony gets ready to come off the ropes, and Connor, oh, look at the slide taking out the knees of David Anthony. Go for the pin here. 2 count though. David Anthony in some mild trouble as we see. Continue with this match. And Connor, he's being a skillful tactician out there. Got the spinning toe hold applied. Just bending the ankle there of Anthony. Look at the way that Connor has that cinched in. Connor, an expert submissionist in his own right. Wait a minute. Inside cradle. A 2 count. Oh no, I don't know if Anthony's going to be able to put weight back on that left leg. Connor's going to make sure that he can't. That elbow straight to the kneecap.
Can you not stand?
Listen to that. Listen to that verbal assault by the challenger. And now, the Ultimate Athlete in some real trouble out here. Wait a minute. Anthony trying to fight back.
Pretty worthless to me.
Connor continues the verbal assault, as you can hear, on David Anthony. Snapmare takeover now as the Reaper gets that side headlock, reverse chin lock applied, cutting off the oxygen, giving David Anthony very little time to get back to his senses. Referee very close to checking there, make sure it is not a chokehold. Now Connor, I tell you what, straight across the nose there. Anthony may have a broken nose at that elbow by Matt Connor. Referee doing his job, trying to get the break out of it. And Anthony very winded at this point and dazed. Look at the way Connor's just playing now. Oh, I think he brought him up by the ears. And look at the force. Even with Connor throwing him in there, David Anthony still went down. Oh! What a boot by Anthony out of nowhere. And he gets somewhat of a drop kick, but he can't get everything because Anthony could not put weight on that left leg. You hear the fans calling for him. They want to see the champion fight back. They want to see that champion get back up. Now, David Anthony not able to get back up. And Matt Connor still going to work there. Both men fighting back up. Connor had a vertical base. Can Anthony get there? Yes, he does with a European uppercut. And the champion with the forearm continues to strike on Connor, but Connor reverses, whips Anthony off the ropes, and wait a minute, David Anthony, huge punch there. David Anthony with some almost hands of stone, and look at the way he flips Connor through. What ingenuity by the Ultimate Athlete. And that adrenaline's kicking in here. And Anthony, oh, wait a minute, he catches Connor. Backstabber. You see David Anthony now getting ready to go for the pin if he's wise. Yes, he is. 2 count only, though. Wait a minute, submission. Oh, I thought Anthony was going to get all that armbar, but look at the way that Connor laced his fingers to make sure that didn't get extended. Connor wise to pin there, but the damage has been done to the left arm of the Reaper. The Reaper, pulling the hair, bringing the champ down, and Ray finds that one leg. Wait a minute. I thought Anthony was going to get the pin, but we got a submission now applied by Matt Connor, David Anthony. Referee checking. I highly doubt we're going to see the Ultimate Athlete submit. Anthony trying to inch his way over to the ropes to get the break from that painful submission hold, just reaching and clawing across the canvas. David Anthony's not giving in at all, but he can't find a way to get to those ropes. He's going to have to come up with some new tactic. Wait, pins Connor? But look at the pain that has been caused and misery that's been caused to David Anthony's left leg. And wait a minute, Anthony going for the submission again. Oh, wait a minute, okay. This one's a strange one, folks.
Here's your winner and still WFS American Champion, David Anthony.
This is what I was meaning when I said this has been a strange one, folks. If you notice, Matt Connor had that left leg under the ropes, and in all circumstances, David Anthony should have broken the armbar. I tell you what, Matt Connor has a really strong case for another championship match. Look at the way Connor's now fighting with the referee. I think Connor needs to talk to Tim Horner and advocate for another championship match. Speaking of championship matches, we want to thank you for joining us for WFS Showdown. We see the Tag Team Championships retain new television champion and David Anthony victorious. I tell you, this feud though is far from over. This is the voice of tradition, Jonathan Darwin, saying, we'll see you next time.
Well, fight fans, very, very frustrated, visibly so, is the Reaper, Matt Connard, not able to capture the American Championship against David Anthony. Tell me what's on your mind. What is the cause, the source of all this frustration?
What's the source? Frustration? You think this is frustration? I'm elated! I thought WFS was a stand-up organization. I thought they'd call things right down the middle. When apparently somebody got in the pocket of the referee because a blind man could see my foot was under the rope. I had my victory, my championship snatched from me. David Anthony, consider yourself on borrowed time. Because sooner or later, and there will be a later, I'm coming back, and I'm coming for my American Championship. Death comes for everybody. You're no exception.
The Reaper thinks it's just a matter of time before he will get a rematch for David Anthony's American Championship.
James in action again this week on World Fighting Showcase Showdown. His opponent, the Ultimate Athlete, David Anthony, the American Champion. And now look at this. Anthony letting James get a chance at a clean break there. And if you couldn't hear earlier, Bo James was advising the referee to tell our champion to avoid the left arm of James, but James, with a hair pull, just takes control of this match. And now we see it. Oh, wow, look at Anthony reversing there quickly. Anthony, a master submissionist that he's picked up from his jiu-jitsu training. And you can see Mr. James nursing that left arm there as he extends the right hand. He's trying to get something on David Anthony. I mean, Bo James has the size advantage, but Bo James not above taking a few liberties when it'll give him the advantage. And now, look at James. He's just not giving Anthony a moment to recuperate. As James keeps Anthony straight into the corner. And now Bo James, just like a cat playing with its prey, he's just messing with David Anthony now, and oh my God! I think the King of Kingsport might have broken the Ultimate Athlete's nose right there. Referee might need to get in there and check on that one, but no! Fantastic reversal by the Ultimate Athlete. Look at that, he could be pulling Bo James' shoulder right out of Bo James' socket. And that flipping it over now, and that what you're getting there is the tendons and ligaments of the arm and elbow there being bent into a less than polite position. And look at this. Oh wait, oh! Apparently James didn't get enough food at Katie today, and Bo James takes a bite out of David Anthony's leg. But in all seriousness, I think that Bo James knew he was in trouble because David Anthony is known for that signature armbar that he uses to make many of opponents tap out. Bo James now with just some vicious, open-handed strikes. And look at the way he's just putting the weight of that full leg across the larynx of the champion. Well, in all fairness, Bo James did give him warning. You know, if Anthony was going to hand over the championship, James would not beat Anthony up. But Anthony was not going to have any of that. That's not what the constitution of this young man is made up of. He is a fighting champion, and he's very proud to be the World Fighting Showcase American Champion. And Bo James continuing. Oh, I think he might have poked Anthony straight in the eye. And now, Bo James, oh! 2, 3, 4. That's one way to get cauliflower ear. As James just rubbed his boot against Anthony's ear. And look at this. He's keeping Anthony grounded, which is a feat to be had here on WFS Showdown. But wait a minute. Look at Anthony. He's smart. Going back to work on that same left arm. Did he get ripped around? Forearm makes Anthony lose his grip there. Oh my God. Be piercing the eardrum, the weight of all that 250-pound weight coming down on Anthony's head. And look at James now. Nerve pinch applied as James goes for the submission against David Anthony. James putting extra pressure on that trapezius muscle. No. Bo hooking the nose there, and he's going to have to break the hold now. And Bo with another closed fist to David Anthony. David Anthony stunned at the moment as he gets helped back to his feet by the King of the Mountain. And the referee continues to warn James about that closed fist. We're up to a 3 count here. I can't see either one of these competitors wanting this bout to end in a count out. You see Anthony trying to come back over, and oh my God, no! Huge forearm across the chest. That could do some real damage to the pectoral muscles. And James knows that. James is a well-traveled, well-documented veteran, as well as an accomplished author. Athlete as well, but author as well. And the 5 count now. Is Anthony going to be able to get in? Anthony trying to get in, but James is not going to let him help. No, my God, no, not again. Whoa! Anthony, he may have got what he just needed there. I think that elbow might be out of place. As Anthony wrenches over the left arm of Bo James, and again, elbow, oh my gosh. Bo in real trouble here. Oh no! Just that quickly with a kick. James takes out the wheels of the Ultimate Athlete. And now James back in control, but look at that. Look at the way he's nursing that left arm there. James is in trouble if Anthony gets anywhere near that left arm. And Bo James knows it, which is why he's keeping David Anthony grounded. Now, wait a minute. He's got that. Anthony has an armbar 6-10, and just that quickly, Bo James taps out.
Winner, David Anthony.
And the Ultimate Athlete continues his winning ways here in World Fighting Showcase. Now all we need is his word on the fact that it's being challenged by Matt Connor. We're going to have more for you right after these words from our sponsors.
Hi fans, Dallas Danger here, and if you're like me, you love all the action here on WFS Showdown every single week, but you don't want to wait until Saturday to see all the stars of the World Fighting Showcase. Well, I have great news for you. If you go to WFSinsider.com and become a subscriber today, you'll be the first to see Showdown each and every week. WFSinsider.com. For less than $5 a month, you can become an insider.
This is not just a podcast. House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New. This is a tribe of devoted superfans that have crashed through the barricades, torn down barriers, and broken through the fourth wall. This is a creative think tank full of people who have given way too much of their lives to professional wrestling to not be getting a paycheck. This is a secret society of elite fans from all over the globe. And guess what? It isn't a secret anymore.
House of Kayfabe, featuring Jim Cornette's lawyer, Stephen P. New, is available now on all major podcast platforms. Just click subscribe to join the Kayfabe stream and get access to unbelievable interviews, in-depth discussions, hilarious segments, and exclusive content. This is the fan-driven podcast you have been looking for.
House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New.
Punishing the knee of Nick Henson that we've seen come into play so much over the last handful of months. Nick fights off Sigmund, but Sigmund, very wise, goes right for Asher Adams. Things breaking down here. Carlos Stapleton having to physically restrain Adams. That allows Elliot Russell in for a little bit of a double team. Now we'll see a legal tag. And Sigmund just handing over the leg of Nick Henson. They have done so much damage. You can clearly see Henson in a lot of pain, having trouble getting up to his feet, doing everything he can just to survive in this one. Once again, fights off Elliot Russell, but Elliot able to get in between Nick Henson and the Axeman Asher Adams. Adams blocking the right hand from the apron. Could this be the opening for Nick Henson? He can't get to his feet. Russell laying down on the leg, getting to the tag. Frustration on the face of Asher the Axe Adams in the Thrill Billy's corner as the challengers go back to work. The Heat Seekers have obviously done their homework. And now Sigmund just adding insult to injury, as it were, using the ropes for advantage as he lays the bottom of his boot across the throat of Nick Henson. The Heat Seekers could be closing in on a championship victory here in our main event. Nick Henson out of the way. Sigmund missing the headbutt. Henson so close to the outstretched hands of Asher Adams, desperately in need of a tag. Sigmund will get to his feet. And Henson gets the tag. Russell and Adams legal clothesline by the Axeman. A second takes down Elliot Russell, back elbow, and Asher Adams is a house on fire. Neck breaker. Goes for the cover, hooks the inside leg, and Sigmund gets in to break it up just in the nick of time. Now a double team by the Seekers. Adams ducks under and gets a double clothesline. He takes down Elliot Russell and Sigmund. Adams checking in on Henson. Picks up Elliott Russell. Can't get the slam. Oh, and Russell shoved Adams into Sigmund. They knocked heads, roll up by Elliott Russell, and that's going to be 3. Not even sure Asher Adams knows what's happened yet. There you have it, the result of our main event. Sigmund and Elliott Russell, the Heat Seekers, add the WFS Tag Team Championship to their accolades. Dallas Danger here, outside of the dressing room with the World Fighting Showcase World Tag Team Champions, the Heat Seekers. I'll start with you, Elliott Russell. We have seen a lot of comments lately from Brian Logan, whose boots you still hold in your hands, and his new tag team partner, Sensational Wayne Atkins. They are not only gunning to get back those boots, but they are staking a claim at these championship belts. What is the response from the Heat Seeker camp?
Well, the response is plain and simple. Just like the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. So Brian and Wayne, you're going to get it. And it is suffering, pain, and defeat. Tell them, Sigmund.
Listen, it's very simple. You know, last time we were in the ring with Brian, we proved to ourselves, we proved to you sitting there at ringside, we proved to each and every person tuning in on Saturday mornings that Brian is not a man. We hold what he claims is the most precious asset in his collection. His boots that he's wrestled in for years and traveled around the world. Lots of history in these things. There's all sorts of other secrets in these things too, we've learned, by the way. But let me tell you something. If you can't get job A done in taking your boots back, what makes you think you even deserve a shot at these tag team titles? But we are, and always will be, reigning and defending tag team champions. Come at us anytime you want, because we've got a few new tricks up our boot.